Coming live from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, this is All Sports with Gerardo. Thank you for watching another episode of All Sports. This is your host, Gerardo. So right now I'm out here in Philadelphia. Right behind me is Citizens Bank Park. Citizens Bank Park is located in Philadelphia in the South Philadelphia Sports Complex next to Lincoln Financial Field and the Wells Fargo Center. So right here is the South Philadelphia Sports Complex. Right behind me in the distance is Citizens Bank Park, home of the Phillies. Right in front of me is Lincoln Financial Field, home of the Eagles, the NFL football team. And right in front of me, straight across, is the Wells Fargo Center, which is home of the 76ers, the NBA basketball team, and the Flyers, the NHL hockey team. And directly right across from me, since this is a sports complex, is Xfinity Live. So if you come out to Philadelphia, it's definitely not hard to find these stadiums since Citizens Bank Park's right here, Lincoln Financial Field's to the left of me, the Wells Fargo Center is straight across, and Xfinity Live is just catty corner from Citizens Bank Park. So Citizens Bank Park, Lincoln Financial Field, the Wells Fargo Center, and Xfinity Live is all on the same block, and it's here in the South Philadelphia Sports Complex. So it's definitely not hard to find. It's right next to the highway, and downtown Philadelphia is right behind me in the distance on the other side of Citizens Bank Park. So they broke ground for Citizens Bank Park in June of 2001, and it opened in April of 2004. It has a seating capacity of over 42,700 seats. And Citizens Bank Park hosted the 2012 NHL Winter Classic. So I'm definitely looking forward to going inside Citizens Bank Park and watching a Phillies game here. The Phillies are going against their divisional rival, the Washington Nationals. So this should definitely be a great game since they're going against the Nationals. Bryce Harper used to play for the Nationals. Now he plays for the Phillies. I definitely want to see how the Phillies play now in the second half of the 2019 regular season. They played okay in the first half. They could have played better, but let's see if they play better in the second half. And this game should definitely be a great game since it's a divisional matchup. So I'm definitely looking forward to heading inside to Citizens Bank Park, and I will also show you different shots of Citizens Bank Park from behind home plate and from the outfield. Citizens Bank Park is also another stadium, and Philadelphia is also another city that I can check off. And this East Coast trip will continue on to the next stadium and to the next city. Citizens Bank Park is the second stadium that I'm going to visit out of the 6. And the journey to all 30 stadiums continues on, and this is the second one out of the 6th one I need to see, and I can finally say I've been to all 30 Major League Baseball stadiums. So right now I'm out here in the South Philadelphia Sports Complex. Right behind me is Lincoln Financial Field. That is the home of the Philadelphia Eagles, the NFL football team. Caddy corner from here, behind the light in the trees, is the Wells Fargo Center. That is the home of the Philadelphia 76ers, the NBA basketball team, and the home of the Philadelphia Flyers, the NHL hockey team. And right in front of the Wells Fargo Center is Xfinity Live Philadelphia. That is a sports bar, and it has different restaurants, and it's right here on the other side of Citizens Bank Park on the other corner. So if you don't have tickets for a Phillies game, an Eagles game, a 76ers or a Flyers game, you can definitely head into Xfinity Live and watch the games from there. Even if the teams are playing or they're out of town, I would still highly recommend to check out Xfinity Live. They definitely have some great food and drinks, and you can also watch the games from inside there. And right here on this corner where I'm standing, right over here is a replica of the Liberty Bell. We got a statue over here. On this corner you can see Lincoln Financial Field, the Wells Fargo Center, Xfinity Live. And if you turn to the corner, right in front of me is Citizens Bank Park. You can see the bell right over here. You can see the third base entrance right around the corner. So Citizens Bank Park definitely has a lot of different entrances to enter inside the ballpark. Around the stadium, you get a nice view of the bell. If you go around the corner that way or the other way, you can see some of the retired numbers or some of the statues that are outside of Citizens Bank Park. They also got some on the other side of the ballpark, located inside on the concourse. So it's nice to see Citizens Bank Park on this corner, Lincoln Financial Field over there. On that other corner, the Wells Fargo Center in front of me in the distance, and Xfinity Live on the other side of Citizens Bank Park on the other corner. So out here in center field, you got the Phillies bullpen here on the bottom, and you got the visitors bullpen here on the top. It's out here in center field. And around the bullpen here where I'm standing, caddy corner from here, and on the other side, you got a bunch of standing room area here on the main concourse. On the other side, you got some seats. Where the seats are there on the other side, you can only see the bullpens. They do have an obstructed view of the field. You can only see like right field of the field over there in the distance. But anywhere around the bullpens, you get a nice view from out here in center field towards home plate. In the background, that's the field there where the game is. And it's a really nice view from here to see the Phillies game. And coming here on the concourse, once you leave the bullpen area, you got the yard over here to the right of me. And then you come around this corner here. Over here is the main concourse. There's more standing room area here where the bullpen is. The visitors is on top. The Phillies is down there on the bottom. As you keep coming down the concourse, here's the walkway. This walkway goes down from here and it swings all the way around the stadium. It's the main concourse. There's tables and chairs up and down this area where you can sit or stand. You can also come over here and stand over here on this rail. Right here, since you're right in front, you get a nicer view of the Phillies game. You can see the whole field from out here in center field. Home plate's out there in the distance, but you get an entire view of the whole game. You also can see the visitors' bullpen here on top, the Phillies' bullpen's down there on the bottom. So this view is very nice. You can also see the scoreboard to the right in the distance. And as we continue down this walkway, this is the main concourse once again. There's a lot of standing room area, especially here on the left with some tables, chairs. You got the rail over here. As you keep coming down this concourse to the right, there's a staircase that goes up. That is some more standing room area. You can stand anywhere from there all the way to the other side. So standing up there or standing down here by the bullpen, you don't get a bad view of the game. And if you swing over here to the left, this was the area that I was talking about. There's some rails and chairs. There's an upper level. There's also a lower level. You can sit here. You get a nice view of the Phillies bullpen down at the bottom and of the visitors bullpen up here on top. You can also see right field in the distance over there in the yard. There's the Liberty Bell up there in the distance where that upper deck is for more standing room area. But like I was saying, if you're sitting here and watching the pitchers warm up before the game or during the game, you can only see the two bullpens, and you do have an obstructed view of the field since you can really only see the right fielder and you can't see anything else because of this brick wall to the right of me. But overall, Citizens Bank Park is a very nice stadium. And if you look straight across right in front of me, have a nice view of the scoreboard. There's all the different flags. They have some of the pennants and numbers that are retired by the Phillies. The flags down here at the end of the concourse, down in the distance, are the years that the Phillies have won the National League East, their division, when they won the pennant, and when they won the World Series. So this concourse here behind center field is a very nice area. There's a lot of standing room area. There's a lot of places to sit on the right and the left. And it's definitely a big walkway to walk back and forth. You can also see a few statues to the right or to the left in the distance. There's some more standing room area from out here in center field that gets another nice view of Citizens Bank Park. From out here in center field, here at Citizens Bank Park, there's some more standing room area, more places to stand. That is something that I like about Citizens Bank Park, especially out here. On the concourse right behind center field, there's a lot of places to stand. If you don't want to stand right in front of the bullpen, behind the bullpen, or on the side of the bullpens, you can come over here, and there's more standing room area that is closer to the scoreboard, and you don't have an obstructed view either. So that's something that's really nice about Citizens Bank Park. They have a very wide concourse, a lot of places to sit and stand on the concourse. They have all these rails right in front by the bullpens and over here by the field, where you can just watch the game and have a really nice view of the Phillies game right in front of you. This standing room area where I'm out here in center field. Where I'm standing out here in center field, here where there's more standing room area from the other side of the bullpens, if you look out right in front of me, you can see the whole field. You would get a really nice view of the Phillies game. Straight across on the other side of the stadium, you can see home plate and both dugouts. So it's a really nice view from out here. If you look out towards right field, you can see the bullpens are to the left. Here's some trees out here in center field with the batter's eye. If you look out to right field and you look out towards the foul pole, from center field all the way out to right field, you can see the out-of-town scoreboard, and you can see all the other games and all the other teams that are playing and all the scores from all those games. Right behind the bullpens in right field, you could also see the Liberty Bell. So the right field of Citizens Bank Park is definitely nice. The left field, you get a really nice view of the scoreboard. Out here in center field, you have all this standing room area where you get a nice view of the Phillies game. The concourse out here in center field is very wide, a lot of places to sit and stand. And overall, I haven't seen every part of Citizens Bank Park quite yet, but so far the parts I've seen, it's a very nice ballpark, and I would highly recommend coming out to Citizens Bank Park and watching the Phillies game. So right now I'm right behind home plate here at Citizens Bank Park. And to the right of me is the main concourse, which goes up and down and all the way around the stadium. But the reason I'm right behind home plate here is because if you walk down the concourse, especially if you're right behind home plate or anywhere on this main concourse, if you look to the left of me, it's not about the Phillies game on the field. Right here, anywhere on the concourse, is standing room area. Here at Citizens Bank Park, they have a rail here on the concourse, which is next to the sections, right above the seats at the end of the section, where anyone can stand on the rail or right behind people, like I'm standing right now. And you get a nice view of the Phillies game from here. You're right behind home plate. You can see the whole field, and you can see the outfield and the rest of the stadium in the background. You can see the scoreboard in the left field, the bell out in center field, the bullpens are in center field, the out-of-town scoreboards out in right field. You can see downtown Philadelphia and the buildings out in the distance towards center field. But anyone can stand here on the concourse, first come, first serve. You don't need a ticket. And if you come down this way, right where the sections are, in every section where the staircases are that go up and down, if you're standing right up at the front or you're in the section, if you're right at the front, you get a nice view of the Phillies game. You're right behind home plate. You can see the whole field. You can see the bell out in center field with the bullpens, out-of-town scoreboard, the main scoreboard. You just get a really nice view of the entire Phillies game from behind home plate. But this isn't the only place where you can stand here at Citizens Bank Park. This rail goes all the way around the stadium. We also have it out in center field with the standing room only area behind the bullpens and on the other side of the batter's eye, right out there in center field. So anywhere you stand on the concourse is standing room only, and you get a really nice view, especially if you're right next to the rail. And if you're in the seats, your view can even get better, and you get this whole view of this really nice park. So today, here at Citizens Bank Park, the Phillies were going against the Nationals, and today they gave out the Ryan Howard bobblehead. This is the bobblehead that they gave out of Ryan Howard. Right now I have it in the box, but the bobblehead looks nice from the outside of the box. You can see what the bobblehead looks like, and if you turn the box around, you can see that they have images of Ryan Howard throughout the box. It's a really nice box. It also shows Ryan Howard has it inside of it. Here on top of the box, it says Ryan Howard's 58 home run Phillies single record on September 22nd, 2006. So this bobblehead represents that record that Ryan Howard broke. And this bobblehead is also showing Ryan Howard from the day he broke this record. And today, before the game started, they had a pregame ceremony for Ryan Howard. Since the Phillies retired Ryan Howard, and they did a retirement ceremony, and Ryan Howard came on the field and talked for a little bit before the Phillies game started. So it was nice to get the Ryan Howard bobblehead and to see the pregame ceremony of the Phillies retiring Ryan Howard here at Citizens Bank Park. So here at Citizens Bank Park, right now I'm out here in center field, but if you look right in front of me, here are the two bullpens. This bottom bullpen down here is the Phillies bullpen, and the upper bullpen here to the left is the visitors bullpen. Since the Phillies are playing their divisional rival, the Washington Nationals, the Nationals are up here on the top bullpen and the Phillies are on the bottom. If you swing the camera to the left, you can see the Nationals pitchers over there sitting, just watching the game right now, and they're waiting to see if they're going to come into the game at a later point during the game. But you get a really nice view of the bullpens from here. Where I am right now, there's a rail and there's places to sit. To the left, right above the bullpen, is another rail for a standing room area, and on the other side of the bullpen. So on the left side you can sit right behind the bullpen, and on the right side of the bullpen you can stand right behind it. Right where I'm sitting, you do have an obstructed view of the game. You cannot see any of the game, and you cannot see the field since there is a brick wall, but you get a really nice view of the two bullpens. So in the upper deck here in left field of Citizens Bank Park, if you look out right in front of me, we got a replica of the Liberty Bell right here to the left of me. This is a replica of the Liberty Bell. You can see it has the Phillies logo on top. It has the bell. It's cracked. It looks just like the regular bell that you would see out in right field, or even the real bell that's in Independence Hall in downtown Philadelphia. But you can tell it's the same looking bell. You can stand in front of it, behind it, on the side. You can sit in it, stand in it, whatever you want. You can always come up here and take pictures. And then right behind me is downtown. So we got the Liberty Bell here in left field on the upper deck of Citizens Bank Park. And then we got downtown Philadelphia out there in the distance. Since we're at Citizens Bank Park, downtown Philadelphia, and if you look to the right, there's the main scoreboard for Citizens Bank Park, and you can see the big Phillies logo up there on top, and then you can see the sign down at the bottom that says Citizens Bank Park. You can also see center field and right field here. You can see all the pennants of the different flags of all the championships the Phillies have won, all their division titles, all their pennants and their World Series titles. You can see the Liberty Bell out there in right field, and you can see the whole outfield and center field part of Citizens Bank Park. And if you look right behind there, especially from behind Philadelphia, looking at the Liberty Bell here. This Liberty Bell here, this is probably the closest I'm going to get to the actual Liberty Bell. I don't know if I'm going to get close to the real one, so I can finally say that I've been by the Liberty Bell, even if it's not the real one. So this is probably the closest I'm going to get to the Liberty Bell. But even if it's not the real one, and I don't have a chance to get near the real Liberty Bell, this is a nice replica of the Liberty Bell. And it's still very nice here at Citizens Bank Park. So right now I'm standing in the upper deck of Citizens Bank Park. And if you look down to the other side from Citizens Bank Park, right in front of me in the distance is Lincoln Financial Field, which is the home of the Eagles. To the right of Lincoln Financial Field is the Wells Fargo Center in the background, which is the home of the 76ers and the Flyers. And right in front of the Wells Fargo Center is Xfinity Live Philadelphia. That's the sports bar with many different types of food and drinks. So if there's one thing I can recommend if you come out to Philadelphia, definitely check out a Phillies game here at Citizens Bank Park. They're the Major League Baseball team. The Eagles at Lincoln Financial Field, they're the NFL football team. And the 76ers, the NBA team, and the Flyers, the NHL hockey team, are at the Wells Fargo Center. But you definitely need to check out Xfinity Live if you want to watch any of the Philadelphia sports teams play during their season. And if you want to have some good food and drinks, you definitely got to check out Xfinity Live here in the South Philadelphia Sports Complex, south of downtown Philadelphia. We got Citizens Bank Park, Lincoln Financial Field, Wells Fargo Center, and Xfinity Live Philadelphia. It's right off the highway just south of downtown Philadelphia. So it's very easy to find and it's not hard to miss. And you definitely won't get lost, and you can definitely find these stadiums since they're all in the same area. Right now I'm right behind home plate here at Citizens Bank Park. If you look out right in front of me, you get a really nice view of the field. You can see the whole Phillies game from up here behind home plate on the first or the third base side of Citizens Bank Park. It's a really nice view. If you look out towards the scoreboard, you can see the Phillies sign on the top, and you can see the sign that says Citizens Bank Park right below the scoreboard. And if you even look behind the scoreboard out in the distance, you can see the buildings, and that's downtown Philadelphia in the background. You get a really nice view of the Phillies game and of downtown Philadelphia if you're sitting behind home plate, even on the first or third base side. And if you look out towards center field, you can see all the standing room area, all the flags of all the different pennants and championships the Phillies have won. You could also see the Liberty Bell. And if you look out towards center field, towards the bottom, right behind the center fielder and the field, you can see the two bullpens. You can see the Phillies bullpen on the bottom and the visitors bullpen, which would be the Nationals, is on the top, and the Liberty Bell is right above the bullpen. From behind home plate here at Citizens Bank Park, you get a really nice view of the Phillies game, the field, the scoreboard, the Liberty Bell, the bullpens, the pennants out in center field, and right behind the scoreboard you can see all the buildings of downtown Philadelphia. So if there's one thing I can recommend, you definitely got to come out here to Philadelphia and check out a game here at Citizens Bank Park when the Phillies are playing, and say anywhere behind home plate or on the first or third base side of Citizens Bank Park. It doesn't matter if you're in the lower or the upper level, but if you're in the upper level of Citizens Bank Park, you get a nicer view of the field, the background of Citizens Bank Park, and of downtown Philadelphia in the distance. So today, I got to see Citizens Bank Park. I got to see the Phillies go against their divisional rival, the Washington Nationals. It was a great game. It was nice to see the Phillies, but especially Bryce Harper. Citizens Bank Park is definitely a nice stadium. From behind home plate, you get a really nice view of the Phillies game, Citizens Bank Park, and of the Philadelphia skyline in the background. From the first, third base side, or from behind home plate, you get a nice view of the baseball game, of Citizens Bank Park, and the downtown skyline in the distance. So if there's one thing I can recommend, I highly recommend that you come out to Philadelphia. Citizens Bank Park was a nice ballpark. It's definitely worth seeing. The Phillies game was great. They're a great team now, and they're probably going to be a great team going into the future, especially having Bryce Harper on the team. Here in the South Philadelphia Sports Complex, you have Citizens Bank Park, the home of the Phillies, right behind me. In front of me, Lincoln Financial Field, home of the Eagles. In caddy corner from here, the Wells Fargo Center, home of the 76ers and the Flyers. And down on the other corner, across from Citizens Bank Park, is Xfinity Live. So the South Philadelphia Sports Complex is definitely worth seeing. So I would highly recommend to come out to Philadelphia and watch a Phillies game here at Citizens Bank Park. Citizens Bank Park is another ballpark that I can check off my list. This is the second ballpark out of the next 6 I need to see, and then I can finally say that I've been to all 30 Major League Baseball stadiums. Citizens Bank Park, the city of Philadelphia, is another stadium and another city that I can check off my list. And this East Coast trip will continue on to the next baseball stadium and the next city. I can't wait to go to the next stadium and the next city. So the journey will continue on. The end of this journey will be coming to an end in the next few weeks. And in a couple weeks, I will finally be able to say that I've been to all 30 Major League Baseball stadiums. This is the second one, and there's 4 more to go. So I can't wait to go to the next ones, and they're the final ones of this incredible journey. Tune in to the next All Sports with Gerardo show next week. I want to say thank you to everybody that watches every episode of All Sports. Subscribe or like my pages on social media at All Sports with Gerardo. Until next time, this is Gerardo coming live from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.